Hey, welcome. Today, we're diving into something pretty profound, the origin of enlightenment. Now, we're not talking about the finish line here. We're talking about the starting block. What does it actually take to even begin that journey? Let's get into it.
So, yeah, what is the origin of enlightenment? I mean, it's the core question we're tackling. Before we can even dream about achieving that state, we've got to figure out where the path even starts. And you know what? The answer might be a lot simpler than you think.
Okay, so the whole journey kicks off with this really simple but honestly pretty mind-bending idea. It's the realization that you are more than just the person you see in the mirror. You're actually two selves living at the exact same time.
So, step one is just recognizing this dual existence. You've got your physical body, right? The tangible you that moves through the world. But here's the thing, right there with it, literally overlapping it, is your spiritual self. That's your mind, your consciousness, the real you. They're not two separate things, they're completely intertwined, existing as one.
And this right here is the absolute bedrock of it all. Can you really accept this idea? The idea that you're a spiritual being just kind of piloting a physical body? Because whether you can or not, that determines everything that comes next. It's literally the key that unlocks the whole path.
All right, so let's say you're on board with this. You accept you've got this spiritual self. The next logical question is, well, where's it going? Because it's not just sitting still, it's on a journey. And there are two very, very different places it could end up.
And these two directions are known as the heavenly path and the hellish path. Now hang on, this isn't about some far-off, distant afterlife. No, this is about the direction your spirit is heading right now, in this moment. Every single day, the state of your mind, the choices you make, they're all steering you down one of these two roads.
There's this fantastic metaphor used here that I think just nails it. This world is a temporary lodging. It's so good, right? It frames our life not as the end-all, be-all, but more like a training ground. A place where every choice we make today is directly shaping where our spirit is going to land tomorrow.
Okay, so if our thoughts and actions are what determine the path we're on, then what's standing in our way? What are the biggest roadblocks? Well, the source material points to three major obstacles, and they're known as the three poisons of the mind.
In Buddhist philosophy, these are the three core poisons that are constantly trying to pull us down the wrong path. And if we're ever going to get a handle on them, we first have to really understand what they are. So, let's break them down.
First up, we've got ton, which translates to avarice or deep greed. And look, this isn't just about wanting a new car. It's a much deeper, more intense desire for more than is appropriate for you. It's this unbalanced, insatiable hunger that by its very nature can never, ever be satisfied.
Next is Jen, or anger. And it's super important to point out that, hey, everybody gets angry. That's just part of being human. The poison part kicks in when that anger turns into uncontrolled rage. The real challenge, the key, is learning how to manage that impulse and choose to seek inner peace instead.
And the third and final poison is chi, which means ignorance. But we're not talking about a lack of book smarts or IQ here. This is a very specific kind of ignorance. It's being unaware of the fundamental spiritual truths we've been talking about, like the dual nature of our existence and the fact that our actions have real consequences.
There's a metaphor that just perfectly captures what this kind of ignorance feels like. It's like you're just fumbling around in the dark. You can't see where you're going, so of course you're going to bump into things and cause harm, a lot of the time without even meaning to.
So how do you break out of that darkness? How do you overcome this ignorance? Well, this framework talks about a pretty intense mechanism called a hell tour. Now, the crucial thing to get here is that this isn't a punishment. It's a direct consequence. You're basically forced to experience the exact pain your actions caused someone else over and over until the truth finally sinks in. It sounds harsh, for sure, but man, it's effective.
So where does all this leave us? Right here, right now. It means that the first real victory on the path to enlightenment isn't some huge mystical event. It's actually something very practical. It's the act of facing these poisons inside yourself head on.
Okay, let's just recap and put it all together. The first steps are actually super clear. Step 1, acknowledge that you're a spiritual being. Step 2, really get it that your actions right here in this temporary lodging are what determine your path. And step 3, you've got to actively fight those three poisons, greed, anger, and ignorance inside yourself.
And here's the big takeaway.
the really crucial point. Just learning to recognize and get a handle on these three tendencies in your own mind, that pull towards wanting what isn't yours, those flashes of rage, and your blind spots about these deeper truths, that is the first level of enlightenment. That's the first win. And the best part? It's totally within your reach.
So I want to leave you with a question to think about. When you really, honestly look at your own inner world, which of these three poisons do you wrestle with the most? Is it greed? Is it anger? Or is it ignorance? Which one is your biggest personal challenge?